This is the Lee Enfield No.5 Jungle Carbine. This rifle was manufactured towards the end of World War II. It would come into manufacturing, and then it would be manufactured for a few years. About 250,000 of these rifles would be made. Now, it is a shortened and lightened version of the No.4 rifle that the Brits were using, or that the UK was using in the Commonwealth. And it was intended for jungle warfare, which is where the No.5 gets its Jungle Carbine nickname. Now, there are a lot of these rifles out there that are forgeries, that are fakes. And why? Well, that's because they're less common than the standard No.4 rifle. And so people would make fake versions of this using a standard No.4. And there's a couple of things I can tell you in this video. I can't tell you all of them simply because I only have 3 minutes. But there are a couple of things if you're at a gun show and you see one, if you're kind of curious in buying it, whether or not it's a legit Jungle Carbine or if it's a forgery. So one of the easiest ways to tell is look at the bolt handle and see if it's hollowed out. It's a lightning cut. That would have been done to the No.5s. Check the receiver. Substantial lightning cuts here. You'll see a lot of light coming through underneath that rear sight, and you'll see these cuts on the side of the receiver that were intended to lighten the rifle. Now, if the person at the gun show will let you take that top handguard off, which is really easy to do with one screw, you'll see a heavily fluted barrel. That's going to tell you that it's a real Jungle Carbine. And then take a look at the end. Sometimes the stock profile is different on these, including the rubber butt pad. If the stock profile looks off or the end doesn't look quite right, it's probably a fake. Now, this one does have the black metal end cap that's kind of squared off on it. You also see just a standard wood that's kind of rounded out here. And then I've seen some really bad fake muzzle devices as well. But the receiver is going to be your dead giveaway. Now, these do chamber .303 Brit, and they do fire from the same 10-round magazine that No.4 would have fired from. And they were not known for their accuracy, is one of the complaints against them. And the recoil impulse was increased. So it went from about 10 pounds of felt recoil in the shooter's shoulder to about 14 pounds with the No.5 carbine. So it kicks a bit more, and that people would complain about, but it's really not that bad. The accuracy issues, though, those would persist. So other than that, very cool carbine. The Fazarkali factory made this one, has ROF with F and brackets on the receiver with electro pencil. That's another way you can tell whether it's legit or not, No.5. And then there's the BSA manufactured guns. And the BSA manufactured guns would have a B in the prefix of the serial number. And so you want to check that for sure as well. All right, with all that being said, let's do a little bit of shooting with this rifle. Very cool piece of history.